Hi beautifuls, welcome back. A very punchy intro. I'm YILDIZ from YILDIZ Readings. I'm a psychic medium. I cover the astrology and twin flame path. This week we're having a look at your energy surrounding romance for your zodiac sign. I do have the members zone that does coaching relating to twin flame path where we can speak candidly and privately if that's something you're interested in. But very separately, I do come to you regularly live for the twin flame updates. So with this video, we're going to tune into your romance zone. If you do want a private booking, the link is below. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, relax, and let's get into your energy update for this week with the extension read after in the members zone. Pisces, we're here to do your read for your romance house for the week of the 8th to the 15th. If you need a booking, as I mentioned, you can go to the link below and I will have an extension read. Now, I have pulled the crystal, the chakra and a ruin as well as your read, and I will clarify it in the point here and potentially even in the extension. We'll see how we go. I feel at the moment you can have something you're wanting to pour your energy into. Now you're in the give and take energy. You're about to make a choice. You're also realizing we can lead a horse to water. Yeah, I can't make it drink. You're in your choice energy. Now, the ruin that you have is in reverse. There can be inner child situations coming up. It is in the upright, which is positive. Now, the ruin relates to moon. Now, we are going to have the full moon, new moon in Aquarius. We had the full moon in Leo. For your zodiac sign, you currently have Aquarius on the 12th. You could be dealing with a circumstance that, in your love life, where you could be looking at the psychology of it. And I'll just say, we do have Neptune and Pisces at the moment, and you guys could be great psychologists. You're very intuitive. Okay, let's get into it. So number one, let's break it down. We've got choices. This can be inner child energy. It can be to do with your family, to do with your kids, but it's your creative power. It's your feminine energy as well. You've also got this as a crystal for this week, which I'm noticing the blue. Again, communication. We're in Mercury retrograde. I here see, notice and understand messages from the divine. You do have Aquarius in the 12th house at the moment. Improve spiritual communication skills, interpreting signs and symbols, experiencing connection with the angels and spirit, feeling serenity and calmness. Now, that's what you're trying to move towards. It may be difficult. Sometimes it can become more quiet, although we do have Mercury retrograde in Aquarius. We've also got Venus in Aquarius. The one thing you might experience is becoming very 3D. So if you find you can't tune in, it can be because if you're dealing with a 3D circumstance, it'll close down a little bit so your body can cope. But if you're not doing as much, yes, it can be really, really activated. So that's how psychic abilities can work. You may have a very spiritual connection to this individual, and some of you can be talking or feeling the vibration of this energy, be it they're here or they're not. Now, what's coming up? This ruin relates to duck, seal, moon, water. It's a body of water or sea or ocean and is the root of the modern English word lake. Yeah, very psychic. Journey across water, imagination, intuition, artistic, creative fluidity. Artistic, creative. Okay, journey, soul journey, psychic powers, initiator of dreams. Ironically, this is where we get our power to change and move and create. And also the orange chakra, which has been supercharged this month. Okay, fear of change and procrastination. Fear of change and procrastination. Now, I'll read the reversal due to the fact it's come up, and we're going to read your tarot cards. This can be a challenging ruin indicating a strong test of resolve with no quick solution. Now, when we say no quick solution, what has been coming through with this ruin this month is it's moving through a belief system, can be egoic, especially if you're feeling there's something you need to do or there's something somebody else needs to do and you feel it's out of your control. Purging the ego can be sometimes quite arduous, okay? It's testing, so it feels like it's taking forever to let go of. It does indicate that you are possessed of a worthy vessel, however, you're going to be able to do it. It does indicate that you possess a worthy vessel, however, so keep your nerves, set a good course, and all should be well. On an esoteric level, the casting of this rune may indicate the quadrant is about to experience a great journey of the soul. This may involve the immersion of darkness and deep of those deep waters. Pain and struggles may proceed by soul re-emergence, and it's like facing that shadow. Sometimes when we're very fixated, I've gone through it myself, it's like, no, they're like very black and white. This is how it is. This is all it can be. When I then have had no creative solution and I've detached and relaxed, a solution has made itself available. Now, there is discord. Okay, discord when it comes to maybe a circumstance, you're tuning into that, your mind could be in discord as well. Now, you're looking back to things that you believe, things that you could have had, and this may have been within your lineage, within your childhood, all the way to this point in time. You know, how you thought your life was going to be. This could also be relating to an ex, unfair situations. Regardless of how it's playing out, I feel you thought things were going to go a certain way, and you feel you're wanting that back. You're wanting the promises of the past to come back. I do feel you've changed though. Something inside of you has changed, but it's almost like, your guides and loved ones on the other side are trying to show you this, and they're trying to gently say, look, face this. It's not over, but it's looking at it from a different circumstance. Yeah, I do feel you're kind of looking at two ways you can do things. Maybe you've had to multitask. Maybe you've had to be a male and a female in your life and had to be everything. And maybe even within connections. But I do feel you're kind of changing your approach to this. You might be a bit worried, like you're trying to preempt. It's a bit like playing chess. I called it playing chess in love. Trying to navigate your decisions based on potential outcomes, and it's like really detached from that. Try and move back to this one point. There is something of a major choice you're trying to make, and I do feel you almost feel the longer it's going, the more inclined you are to make that physical choice. And I do think it is something to do with give and take. Emotional security. It can be to do with children, but separately, point blank zero, I feel you having the courage to balance that and to take your power back to make that change. And I do feel it's a change in approach, change in direction. Some of you can be getting a little bit anxious that you're wanting this to tie up, you're wanting this cycle to kind of shift and transform, and yours is the second read that actually has the wheel. It does feel there's a karmic scenario playing out. And look, the karmic scenario can be a memory. It can be really causing a blockage to manifest love in. I will tune into how they're feeling in a moment, and it's looking positive. But overall, I do feel the struggle is an internal thing. I do feel some of you are going to hear from somebody from the past, and this may not be the person that you actually, for those of you that are single, it's not necessarily the person you want. But there's something in that conversation piece that is going to help you heal. You may find the conversation goes a lot better and that other person has matured, but I don't feel you or they have an intent to make this a romantic situation. It's purely a platonic situation and a friendly gesture. But it is that both of you are on the same page with life, and you can have a mirroring of circumstances coming up. I do feel you'll have deep conversations about love. There you go. Things that you can't tell your romantic interest, that could be due to communication or not. And your deep frustration of, where you felt some of this was out of your control. I do feel to a degree you've put your brave face on. And sometimes you feel, what you're showing on the outside is very different to what you feel on the inside. So the way it's coming through is, if people are needing on you at the moment and you have a very deep emotional feeling relating to love coming through, you could even be getting to the point where you're not telling people, but I do feel it's almost like this human being that's coming forward to accidentally speak to you. It's really come at the right time. Some of you, you may feel that you're needing to talk to somebody, you know, about certain circumstances where you can be candid yourself without the prejudice, without the pretense, you know, to get that off your chest, because it's been weighing a little bit too heavy. This can even be a medium. There you go. But I mean, follow your intuition. Follow your intuition as to what you feel. And it could even be that you're doing this directly for yourself through you journaling, you sitting there, you thinking on these thoughts, and being able to articulate it. But that your intent is to move forward. Some of you, what you're attracting in and what the outcome is a very deep emotional love connection. I do feel you want more than intimacy. How do I put it? It's like you're wanting a person to either be a male or a female in your life, but you know, the yin to your yang. That's sort of how it's coming through. You don't want to be both. You're really tired of being both. You've had to be both. You've also had to be potentially your own parent. This very separately for those of you in a connection can be an emotion coming up, concerns about family, and really needing to, you know, you've been putting a brave face on for family, for partner, and just really needing a bouncing ground to say, hey, you know, I did a video previous to this and it was, are you okay? And it was on Facebook, and it was, that's really what's coming through. It's like, are you okay? But it's not so much you're asking somebody else. You've been doing that quite a bit. It's actually stopping. And you'll find you may go into hermit mode through this process, be it with this person or not. And I feel it's because you have to address the discord in the mind. And the discord is only potentially coming up because we do have Mercury retrograde in your 12th house. I do feel these things that you're going to understand about these circumstances. It's a bit like looking at ways we can manage mental health, ways we can manage healthy boundaries, circumstances, is to have that introspection and just stand back for a moment and say, okay, this is a lot. How can I deal with this? Is there something different I can do to ease some of this pressure off myself? I don't feel this person's none the wiser. You've put this and it's not a facade. You've been able to do so much for so long that it would be quite foreign to them to see the polar opposite. And it is more, it's like you've embodied a lot of masculine energy due to circumstances in your life. And I feel in the last year, moving into this year, there's been a lot of empath energy coming through with you. Very much from a point of view of you needing to rest, needing to recoup, needing to recover and pay attention to your health. I do feel some of you in a soul path may actually have this telepathic connection with this individual. And that I feel for those of you who that resonates, they can be going through a circumstance similar to you and you're feeling that energy. Because naturally I feel you handle these circumstances very well. I feel you're going to know that there is something of a shift coming here, because there does feel this person is wishing to shift direction also, but it's more towards shaking things up, correcting them, seeing your way of being, because your outcome is the Knight of Cups. Now, I am going to go into the extension read and I'll go further. At this point, I will pull one extra card before I end it off. What is the last message that we need to know? Pisces. Yeah, there is movement forward. Okay, some set of changes are going to be coming up. This is a number 5. Now, I feel, and this has been a channel message that's come through for the last 3 videos, which I may do an update on YouTube. Nevertheless, I am seeing around the 11th there can be a shift, and definitely on the 17th. Although this is only to the 15th, for some reason I'm guided to tell you that on the 17th you can have a sudden change. And this can be within that area where you emotionally feel very different. And you will find with the next half of the month, from a spiritual point of view, keep in mind, you know, if you're not aware of the energies and how they shift, stay tuned, sub. And I can give you a heads up as to the current energy coming through, because we do have both Virgo and Pisces frequency coming through. For you, it will be first house, but it's also your sum things up. And you can be looking at health, healthy boundaries, emotions. People at the moment may be coming towards you and you just want some peace and quiet. I'll leave you at this one. I do feel at the moment this connection is physically moving forward, but there's going to be a great deal of changes this week. Love and light. Stay tuned for these last messages, and I'll see you soon. Should you need a booking, you can go to the link below. Also, do bear in mind, I do live twin flame reads where you can join me to get that soul healing, as well as you do get the week by week romance and more. So I love you lots, guys. Please join us later. If you do want to watch the extension, as I mentioned, you can go to the link on the main page and it will take you directly to it. I will try and remember to place it in the video. Otherwise, I'll see you next week.